It's a day to define who you truly are inside. What is your true purpose? How much of yourself do you have left? Is life really that bad? Do you really think it's that tough?
You know, we all go through pain. We all go through pain. We all go through something. We all go through our go-through. I wouldn't have time to tell you about all the trauma that I went through in my life. But I just figured since I went through so much trauma, I might as well use the trauma to make all my dreams become a reality.
You just have to do it. You have to go. You have to take that first step. You have to push. You have to drive. You have to strive every time to get a little bit better. You have to strive not to fall prey to your own doubts and insecurities.
What is it that gives your life a sense of meaning and purpose? Because once you find that, it puts you in your power place. See, if you know what your life work is, I encourage you to start working on it. If you can't do it all at one time, do just a little bit of it. And if you don't know what it is that you showed up to do, if you don't know why you're here, I encourage you to find out what your purpose is here. What is the meaning of your life? What will be different? Have you ever asked yourself that question? I've done that. I remember coming from a friend of mine's funeral and I was reflecting on how much time I had left. And I went for a walk in a park thinking about this guy whose life was so promising. And I mean, he wasn't an old guy. He was quite young, in fact. And I thought about all of the things that he said he was going to do, and he never got a chance to do those things. And I started thinking about my own life and how much time I had left to do the things that I would like to do. And at that time, I wasn't sure what my life purpose was, what my life's work was. I wasn't sure about it at that time. And I thought about it quite a lot.
All right, so you wrote it down. Two types of people. So you got my homie that called me the other day. Like, I'm like, this is blowing my mind. I'm like, God, I'm the #1 motivation in the world. Like, I don't know why you calling me and you're not getting personal development from me. Well, listen to what I just said. This is my best friend in the whole wide world. This dude, very close. Like, this is the dude I trust with my wife and my kid. Like, this is the person that my dreams, like, he helped me with my dream. I said, why are we on the phone talking about deficits right now? Why are you doing that? Do you know people who don't know me and I'm not their best friend in the whole wide world have gone through one of my programs and now they killing the game, and you know me and you're not killing the game? Like, why are we on the phone talking about, okay, so we're going to you wrote down your goals and your dreams. I want you to write down on the other side what's keeping you from those, and just be real.
I had some idea, but I wasn't convinced, and I don't think I felt worthy. I didn't believe that it could be me to do this kind of work that I'm doing right now. And I say to you that if you begin to take a conscious effort to find out what it is that you're supposed to do, I say that it can literally save your life. I said that it can literally save your life. 85% of the American public, according to recent studies, are going to jobs that they hate, working on jobs that do not challenge them.
Because I'm going to talk about the conversation he and I had. Because what's keeping you from that, we don't have to talk about that, and we're going to have to deal with that today, and we're going to have to finish that for the rest of our lives. So two types of people, right? So we're on the phone. I'm like, yo, God, do me a favor. Like, can we stop talking about your reality? I'm not interested. I'm like right now in marital bliss, and you trying to bring me back to divorce. Like, you talking about your marriage and where it ain't. I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm in bliss. So don't bring me there. I'm a multi-millionaire. You talking about you're not making enough money to take care of you. I don't want to talk about that talk. Can we talk about your dreams and goals and get to them? So we're having a conversation, right? And so I said, look, just stop, right? Just tell me, what are your dreams and goals? You're like, to be a multi-millionaire, do this with my wife, take care of my kid. I said, okay, let's talk for a minute. Let's talk. Do you know what it takes to be a multi-millionaire? He's like, absolutely. And I'm in the industry, as a matter of fact, where in another 3 months, if I do what I'm supposed to do, I can actually make. I said, what? You're in the industry that you can do what? He was like, I'm in the industry where I can make $1 million between now, October, November, December. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, what industry you in? He said, the solar industry. I said, that's.
And as Joe Namath said, if you aren't going all the way, why go at all? But it's doing that in face of the fear. It's doing that in face of the difficulties. It isn't only because someone is great that they say you should either do it all the way to play hard or go home. They're not saying it because the process is in and of itself rewarding. They're saying it because there is something that they're trying to accomplish that demands it, that they're prepared to play on a world stage. And once you know why you're doing what you're doing, once something sits at the core of your being, and despite how difficult, painful, awkward it may be to push forward, you push forward no matter what the odds. And as Hannibal said, one of the greatest military leaders of all time, I will either find a way or I'll make one. And he said that as he was getting elephants across the Alps.
Life cannot apologize. Life will continue to go on. You just happen to be a part of it. But you only got so much time. So you can't waste it. You can't concern yourself about things that you have no control over. When it starts to get tough, you must get a little bit tough. You must understand that you are not the only one in this world that's got a story to tell. The stage is set, and it's time to rock and roll. You are walking into an arena, and you must be ready to work. There could be no weakness. There could be no excuses.
Now, when you think of the difficulties that you face in trying to do what you're trying to accomplish, think about that man amassing an army and getting elephants to climb a mountain and saying not, this is impossible, but rather, if there's not already a way present, I will make one. And when you can look at that, when you can look at your own inadequacies, when you can accept that you are not yet good enough, but you know that you'll put in the work to get there, you know that you'll learn the things you need to learn, that you will push and you will practice.